This meeting of the Baltimore County Landmark.
I am so sorry. I don't know what that feature is.
Okay, so this meeting of the Baltimore County Landmarks Preservation Commission is now in session. Please note the meeting is being audio recorded and apparently transcribed. We are your volunteer representatives appointed by our county councilperson or county executive and entrusted to monitor renovations and additions to our Baltimore County historic resources. The LPC reviews and approves nominations to the Baltimore County Preliminary Landmarks List, comments on National Register nominations, reviews all exterior alterations within county historic districts, and is charged with evaluating Baltimore County historic tax credit applications. Would the commissioners please introduce themselves by name and county council district or representation? We can go in the order listed in the PowerPoint screen.
Lily Mundroff, District 1.
Chris isn't here.
He's here.
He's on the list.
I saw him. He was on video a minute ago.
We can't hear you.
Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead, and then hopefully Chris can introduce
Yeah.
himself and clarify that he's here. So go ahead, Wendy.
Wendy?
I just heard Wendy.
Yeah, I said it. District 3. Can you hear me?
Okay, great, Wendy. Yes, Wendy McIver. Okay, so then Ted. Oh, Ted was the one who didn't have sound, or was that Tom? I'm. The chat. No, it was Tom who couldn't have sound. So Ted, are you here?
Yes, Ted McCadden representing District 4.
Great. Next is Daniel.
Daniel.
John Holman, District 6.
Okay, and I'm Phoebe Evans-Latosha, the chair, an executive appointment. I don't think we have Jamie, so Raquel.
Raquel Munesis, I'm the planning board representative.
And it looks like Chris Weston has just put District 2 in the chat, and I do see that Jamie is here. So Jamie, I'm sorry I skipped you.
Ed Horde, vice chair. I'm the executive appointment.
Not seeing Vince. Tom Liebel, executive appointment.
And Chris Parts, executive appointment.
Okay, great. And Jamie, can you confirm that you're here? My voice?
Yeah, Jamie Ferguson. Sorry I'm late.
That's no problem. Okay, well, I think we have everyone who is just coming and going. So now, if we could all please stand as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. The Landmarks Preservation Commission operates under the authority, standards, and requirements of Title VII, Article 32 of the Baltimore County Code. We refer to the United States Secretary of the Interior's standards for rehabilitation as administered by the National Park Service. This is the accepted national standard for historic preservation projects. Our own Baltimore County Historic Preservation Design Guidelines directly reference and incorporate the Secretary of the Interior's standards for rehabilitation. We have important preservation issues to discuss and debate at each meeting. If you would like to make comments, please limit your comments to the specific application or proposal submission being reviewed. We ask for your assistance and understanding so that the discussion does not digress. As an additional comment, we can all agree that historic preservation is an important aspect of the quality of life and place that makes Baltimore County unique. As the commissioners, we serve on the commission due to our expertise, interest, and passion for historic buildings and places, and we review submissions based solely on their merit. While we may disagree in discussion and voting, we continue to be a collegial body that respects each other personally and professionally. Would staff please provide us with our virtual meeting reminders?
Just a reminder that the members of the general public had an opportunity to sign up in advance with LPC staff as outlined on their agenda and online. Speaker registration starts a week prior to the meeting. At the appropriate time, we will announce those members of the public who signed up. And then we ask that they please keep their comments to 3 minutes. There will be a timer visible on the screen. And also persons who did not wish to speak at the meeting or if they're unable to attend also had the opportunity to convey their thoughts, their written comments. Those are submitted to staff, and then we circulate those to the commission members prior to the meeting. And if there are those that didn't have the opportunity to register to speak, the chair has discretion on allowing those members to speak. And if the comments are different than the ones that we've already heard, if that's the case, just please send a chat to the host so I can let the chair know. Also, just a heads up that the information in this presented in this PowerPoint is just a summary of all the information that was submitted. The commissioners do receive all applications and plans and photos a week prior to the meeting in order to review and prepare for the meeting today. This information is just to keep everything organized and move in an organized fashion.
Okay, thank you. If staff could let us know whether there are any changes to the preliminary agenda?
No changes.
Thank you. So next will bring up the minutes from the October 9th, 2025 LPC meeting. Is there any discussion or changes to the proposed minutes? If not, hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Raquel had raised her hand.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it was just a question. I was wondering why the sentence "there were no dissenting votes" is repeated. Is
it just
protocol?
a typo?
Under what option?
What was that?
Under which
agenda?
Oh, after the votes. At the end, if there are no dissenting votes, it says there are no dissenting votes twice. And it occurred after every vote. Wondering if it was some sort of protocol. I
think it's a typo. So why don't we just move to correct that typo? If anyone would care to make a motion for approval of the minutes with that correction.
Yeah, I would
Motion to approve.
So I heard Tom, and I think maybe Chris was seconding.
Second, yes.
Thank you. So we can have a voice vote to approve the minutes as amended to strike the repeating text. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Great, the minutes have passed. Okay, so next we will move on to the consent agenda items. These are numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. And I would ask staff to read the recommendations.
Great, thank you, Phoebe. First, we have agenda item 4, the Emery Grove Hotel, owned by the Emery Grove Association of Baltimore, Inc. This is at 102 Wall Avenue, Glendon, County Council District number 4, and its final landmarks list number 164, Emery Grove Campground Hotel and Tabernacle, and the applicants are looking to make an in-kind roof replacement and window restoration, citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 2, Windows and Doors, and Chapter 3, Roofs, County Code Section 32-7-405. Next, we have agenda item 5, the Brennan property at 102 Rosewood Avenue in Catonsville, County Council District number 1. This is a contributing resource within the Old Catonsville National Register Historic District, and the applicants are proposing tax credit application for a boiler and hot water heater replacement, as well as the removal of an abandoned gas unit, heater, and oil tank, and a water supply valve replacement, as well as a sink truck replacement. Citing County Code Section 11-2-201 and the Secretary of the Interior Standards of Rehabilitation. Next, we have agenda item number 6, the Dundalk Patapsco Neck Historical Society and Museum. This is Baltimore County property at 4 Center Place in Dundalk, County Council District number 7. This is final landmark number 126, the Dundalk Company Building or Dundalk Public Library, and they are making an in-kind slate roof replacement. Citing County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 3 Roofs, Code Section 32-7-405. Next, we have the McCloy property at 37A Wall Avenue in Glendon, County Council District number 4. This is a non-contributing resource within the Glendon County Historic District, and the applicants are proposing for, the installation of solar panels on the rear roofs of the primary structure and on an accessory structure. Citing County Design Guidelines, Chapter 3 Roofs, Chapter 8 Strategies for Sustainability, County Code Section 32-7-405. And lastly, we have agenda item 10, the Pest House, which is a Baltimore County owned property at 9811 Van Buren Lane in Cockeysville, County Council District number 3. This is final landmarks list 45, county home property or the Alms House and Pest House. This work is specifically to the Pest House. And there's also an MHT easement on the property. So the applicants have proposed various repairs and general maintenance to the pest house to address the issues noted in its MHT easement inspection letter, including graffiti removal, gutter replacements, and non-historic portico removal. Citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 3 Roofs, National Preservation Brief number 38, and County Code Section 32-7-405.
Okay, thank you. So now, is there anyone present who would to speak against the approval of any of these items, or would any member of the commission wish to pull an item from the consent agenda and for a full agenda and a separate vote? Hearing none, then I would entertain a motion to approve the items as submitted.
I move we approve as submitted.
I would second that.
I just
Okay,
had
thank
a
you.
note, Phoebe, I just had a note. I don't want to pull anything out, but on agenda item number 4, which is the Emery Hotel, the roof was, the proposed roof shingle was an XT20, which I believe that, and they had said they wanted something similar to that. And I just wanted to, from what I've heard, it's that roof is being phased out because of longevity and other properties. So I think it's just as a note that when they, I guess, propose the roof, that they, I don't know if you want them to come back or just as a caution for, what kind of roof gets selected ultimately for commercial properties or longevity that, currently they're showing a roof that's not even available. That's all I want to say.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, we'll make a
comment.
note of that with the applicant.
Yeah, just as a note. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Sorry.
Staff, would you feel like we need to pull that to make any amendment to clarify that particular roof or similar, or you think we could still keep this on a consent agenda?
I think it still be kept on the consent agenda. We can talk to the applicants about the material choice, and if it's something that is different than the asphalt shingles, we can discuss that, and if they need to come back for that.
Okay, great, thank you. Are there any other? We have a motion and a second. Unless there's any other discussion points, then I think we'll have a roll call vote.
Great, thanks, Phoebe. We have Dan, please.
Yes.
Thanks. Raquel?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Wendy? We'll come back to you, Wendy. Ted?
Yes.
Great, thank you. Lily?
Yes.
Chris Parts?
Yes.
Chris Weston?
Yes.
Wendy, do you have your self unmuted?
She is unmuted.
Well, we do have a quorum, so I'll skip ahead to Phoebe.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Okay. So we can just record Wendy is abstaining if we don't have an actual vote for Wendy.
Yeah.
Unless we see something in the chat.
There's
Okay,
nothing
well,
in
moving
the
on to the next item on the agenda, that would be item 8, the cost of property.
All right, great. Thanks, Phoebe. So again, the cost of property at 16223 Corbett Village Lane in Moncton, County Council District 3. This is a contributing resource within the Corbett County Historic Districts, and the applicants propose amendments to previously approved detached garage height, which is part of Code Enforcement Correction Notice / Stop Work Order number CB 2300746. So as a reminder to the commission, the owners came before us at the October 9th meeting with minor amendments to the previously approved plans to lower the height to 15 feet. The commission denied the amendment as proposed and asked that the garage walls be further lowered to accommodate a steeper roof pitch or considered an alternative roof style. The owners have returned with 3 roof options for the commission's consideration. Option A is a gable style roof with a top plate at 9 feet and 5 inches, which was previously 9 feet and 11 inches. Option B has a steep gable pitch in the center of the roof with shallower slopes on either side, and the height to eave is 9 feet and 11 inches. And then option C is a combination of both option A and B. It has an asymmetrical roof where the front roof slope has a steeper gable pitch paired with a shallow front slope, and the rear slope is gable. And the top of the plate is 9 feet and 5 inches, and all roofing and siding materials and windows and door styles have remained unchanged. Additionally, the owners included a new site plan that shows the location of the approved addition to the primary structure, the existing concrete pad, and the new garage location to the north of the pad. The plan indicates additional plantings to conceal the view of the garage from Corbett Lane. They've also included several photos that show the size of Mr. Costa's truck in the interior of the garage, as well as photos of the varying roof types within the district. Staff feels that the gable option is the more appropriate choice and encourages the commission to discuss options. So staff recommends for the LPC to discuss various roof options and determine which best meets our design guidelines, and then to approve, modify, or deny, citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 6, New Construction, Additions, and Non-Contributing Structures, County Code Section 32-7-405. And we do have 2 registered speakers tonight, and we received 3 letters that were circulated to the commission prior to tonight's meeting.
Okay, thank you. We will first ask for our testimony from our speakers.
So first we have Miss Christina Altman. So Ms. Altman has requested an additional 15 seconds to fully deliver her testimony. Ms. Altman, I have you unmuted.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. In 10 days, it will be 2 years since Costa's illegal construction was revealed. During this tedious process, the Costas have followed their needs and wants rather than preservation guidelines and county regulations. When Mr. Horde asked, "Did you explore reducing the footprint?" Nate Costa answered, "I was really trying to express the importance of us having a fitness space and the kind of equipment we want there. That is why we wanted to keep the footprint the same." The Costas made changes little by little, except in the two things that per the LPC did not meet the guidelines and were the reason for 3 rejections: the footprint and the height. For their proposal a year ago, the Costas had not lowered the height. Their argument then, as well as in the administrative court hearing, was that they needed the height to have a sharp roof pitch, which was very important. Right now, they argue that the low roof pitch is okay because there are different roofs in the village. They choose the facts based on their needs and wants. Nate Costa has praised multiple times the staff for their support, advice, and guidance. The staff on their side praised Costas for following the recommendations. One can only be amazed what kind of advice it was that required 7 architectural sketches for a garage. The staff also mentioned that the property is visible only for its immediate neighbors, when in fact the building is in the most visible place of the whole village, glaring at admirers of a historic landmark who frequently walk up Corbett Village Lane. Even the site visit committee emphasized the high visibility of the illegal structure with its location at the top of a hill. We have heard multiple times the staff's comments about mixture of support and opposition. This biased lump summary included an opposition letter from the Baltimore County Historic Trust versus the support of Nate Costa's mother. I'm also very displeased with the LPC because of this 2-year-long maddening charade. The commissioners gave instructions, even Mr. Holman stating that the guidance sounds like to tear it down and come back with new plans, rather than keep chopping off 5 or 10 feet at a time like a death by 1,000 cuts. Yet the commissioners backpedaled when the Costas did not follow the advice, starting to discuss cosmetic changes when their instructions were ignored and not reinforcing the imperative. The LPC has been dancing around the Costas' excuses and allowed the death by 1,000 cuts. There was a clairvoyant comment by Commissioner Weston who said, "I don't think that this community is ever approving anything above 15 feet. There have been some voices of reason, for instance, Commissioner Daniel Dean reminding the LPC of their own guidelines, and Wendy McIver emphasizing the important historic value of the village. But considering this 2-year duration, I find it appalling that the village community has needed to defend their historic landmark, not only against the Costas, but against the LPC's deferrals and delays." Judge Baumgartner remarked, "Zoning hearings are prospective in nature and viewed as if the building was not there already. And this is what the LPC should have done, rather than trying to mitigate an outrageously inappropriate illegal project. I wonder if the commissioners are satisfied with their job in this case. I am not alone among the villagers who is not." Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And then next we have Mr. Andrew Clemens. Mr. Clemens, I have unmuted you.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good evening. After 2 years of meetings, plans, reworked plans, suggestions, on and on and on, and finally an administrative judicial review, there are finally some plans here that meet most of the county requirements. While these plans are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, they are better than anything that has been presented previously. Of the 3 options that Mr. Costa has presented, I think that option A is the least visually and aesthetically offensive. Option B and C are totally offensive and should not even be considered. One thing the LPC needs to keep in mind, and I heard it mentioned again tonight, is screening of bushes and by bushes and trees in the site plan. But the LPC has no authority to enforce those plannings. So that's up to Mr. Costa. And if he doesn't feel like planning, he doesn't have to. And the people of Corbett are stuck with those buildings sitting out and visually seeable to everybody who comes up and down that avenue. So if you only are approving it because it's screened off, then don't approve it, because he doesn't have to screen it. You don't have any authority over that. Now, anyone who has sat through these meetings about this garage for almost 2 years, like I have, cannot help but feel that this is a totally inefficient, frustrating, and unfair process at best. It simply shouldn't take 2 years to plan a garage that meets the Baltimore County zoning regulations and the LPC guidelines. And buildings should actually meet all the guidelines, because if they don't, what good are having guidelines? And I'm done.
Thank you.
All right, I am going to unmute the property owners, Mr. and Mrs. Casa. I have you unmuted if there's anything you'd like to add.
Yes. Again, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Excellent. First, thank you, Caitlin and Jessica. I do appreciate kind of your advice and guidance through this process. It is kind of crazy that it's been 2 years, and I'm very hopeful that this evening will be the last one. Based on our last meeting and the feedback from Caitlin and Jessica about what we should present as options and lower heights, and even submitting the kind of plan, the footprint of our approved addition. I'd like to just point out a couple of things. First, I resent an email to you, Caitlin and Jessica. I don't know. I know the rules, and so you probably can't pull it up, but I did want to point out that there is one garage that's contributing in the historic district that does have a similar roof pitch to option A. It also is probably 30 feet tall, which again, in the previous ones, I wish I would have pointed this one out. But regardless, I just wanted to point that out. And then the pictures that were submitted, honestly, there was a lot of talk about my truck, and I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it looks like sitting in the garage as it is right now, before being lowered again a few more inches. And then kind of the last thing was just showing the diversity of the roof pitches in the neighborhood, especially ones that are low, like 15 feet or less. And I really do look forward to hearing your feedback and thoughts. And I would love to understand, the historic guidelines maybe a little clearer as far as, if we get there, what we don't meet, so that we can minimize the number of times that we need to come back. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do any of the commissioners have any clarifying questions for the Costas?
I have one question, if possible.
Yes, Daniel.
I don't know if we can take the testimony or the timing or not, but does he have the address, homeowner have the address of the house he's referencing? If we have the ability to just look at Street View or anything to see what he's talking about.
The image he just mentioned.
Yeah, the one he's mentioning as having a similar to Plan A on the street. I don't know if he has the address, but I don't want to take hearsay. I'd rather see something from at least a street view.
I mean, I can pull up the picture.
I think that would be helpful. That would solve the problem, I think.
Second.
The address is 1732 Corbett Road, if that's helpful.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take a look at the And that was my only question. I'm just glancing at it. Nobody has to, wait for me.
Okay,
There it is.
thank you. Yeah, we can see that. Do any other commissioners have any additional questions for the Corbetts?
I will note that this garage we're looking at, this picture shows us, the upper part is probably similar to what we're asking him to do, and it just happens to be built into a hill, so there's a part down below.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it affects our decision much.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Any other questions or further discussion from the commissioners? We've got 3 options to choose from. It, might be good to just kind of get a sense of which one the commissioners favor, if any. Okay, Ed, yeah, you're muted.
There we go. I think option A is the best option. It's simple. It's the other sort of draws more attention to it, I think, in the complexity of the roof. This is nice, simple. I think it's adequate, and I think it works fine.
I agree.
Okay. Anyone want to make a case for one of the other options? Okay, hearing none. Is there any other further discussion? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I can make a motion. I move that
Thank you,
we accept option A as the choice and approve this final plan to go forward.
A second.
And that would be a certificate of appropriateness.
Yep, that's what we need.
Okay, great. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, then let's have a roll call vote.
Great, thank you, Phoebe. Can we have Dan, please?
Do we have a second?
Oh yeah, it was John.
It was John. Okay.
Yep. Great. Dan, could I have your vote, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Raquel?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Wendy? Wendy, if you could put your vote in the chat, please. Ted?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Chris Parts?
Yes.
Chris Weston?
Yes.
Phoebe?
Yes.
And do we have Wendy in the chat?
Yeah, I'm not seeing that yet. She did verify.
Okay, yes.
Wendy has.
There we go. Yep. Great. Thank you so much, Wendy. All right. Moving on. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And good luck with your garage, Mr. Costa. And we hope not to see you again for a while.
Great. So
Okay.
next, yeah, thank you. So next we have agenda item 9, the Pat property at 25 Wall Avenue in Glendon. This is County Council District number 4. It's a contributing resource within the Glendon County Historic District, and the applicants have proposed rear deck enclosure. So this will convert an existing rear screened-in porch to a sunroom and the screen porch is part of an existing one-story rear addition. The screening will be removed and walls will be framed. The exterior will be covered in shingles to match the rest of the house and rear addition. The new sunroom will be accessed from the existing deck by a single glazed and paneled door. A single 3/1 window will be placed to the immediate east of the door and one on the east side elevation. 2 pairs of 3/1 windows will be installed, and the style matches the windows on the main house. And additionally, a skylight will be installed on the existing shed roof. No information was provided in the application about the window material or product information, and staff asked the commission to discuss or clarify this with the applicant. Otherwise, staff does not have any issue with the alteration as it is on the rear and the design is compatible. So staff recommends approval as proposed, citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 5, Porches and Steps, County Code Section 32-7-405. We do not have any registered speakers on behalf of this item or received any testimony. And let me check to see if the applicants are with us. All right, so we do not have the property owner, so.
Okay, since the property owner is not here, then I would open up this agenda item for discussion from the commissioners. Not hearing much in the way of comments. Would anyone interested in making a... Go ahead, Daniel.
I was going to say, do we want to request specific material for this, or do we want them to come back and give us the information that was requested from the staff? I think that's where we're kind of at.
You could do a conditional approval and then for the condition saying that the windows must meet our guidelines for additions and infill. So I believe that allows for either like wood windows, or windows that are that can be clad.
Yeah, allowing for final approval at the staff level if they meet the criteria, so that they don't need to come back.
I'll second that.
Okay, so was that a motion, Tom?
Sure, we'll make it a motion. Motion to approve with the condition that the applicants identify all materials and confirm that they comply with our guidelines. And if so, staff will confirm that and has the authority to make final approval if they comply with their guidelines.
And I'll hold the second.
Okay, great. And that was issuing a certificate of appropriateness.
With conditions, yes.
With the conditions. Okay, great. Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's have a roll call vote.
Thank you. Have Dan, please.
Yes.
Raquel?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Ed? You unmuted, Ed? All right, I'll come back. Great, thanks, Ed. Tom, please.
Yes.
Wendy? I'll check the chat for you. Ted?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Chris Parts?
Yes.
Chris Weston?
Yes.
Phoebe?
Yes.
Great, thank you. And Wendy, whenever you can enter your vote into the chat. Alrighty, thank you. All right.
Okay, so we're ready to move on to agenda item 11.
Great. This is the Leonza property at 12605 Delaney Valley Road in Phoenix, County Council District Number 3. This is final landmark number 275 Springfield and setting, and the applicants have proposed the construction of a detached garage. So the property is known as Springfield and Setting. The house and garage were constructed in multiple phases, with the earliest section of the house constructed in 1800. The front of the home faces Windmere Parkway. The driveway is accessed from Delaney Valley Road. The property is over a little over 5 acres with trees and landscaping along Delaney Valley Road. And there is a 1930 1.5-story colonial revival style stone wing with a hyphen terminating in a 3-bay wide garage with a cupola and added on the northeast side of the building. All sections of the building have slate roofs. The wall construction of the house is rubble stone, stucco, and masonry and wood siding, and the construction for the existing garage will be solid stone. So the existing garage dimensions are 36 feet by 6 inches by 23 feet, and the applicant has proposed to construct a 3-car detached garage. And the application notes that the existing garage is difficult to park in because the bays are too close together, so it's not possible to open the car doors without hitting other cars. The new detached garage would be constructed with wider overhead door spaces further apart and also have enough depth to allow for movement around the parked vehicles. The applicant notes that the owner's desire that the new garage respect the composition of the existing buildings in form and materials. So the new garage will be located directly opposite of the existing garage. Doors will be facing each other, and the proposed dimensions will be 43 feet and 8 inches by 26 feet and 4 inches, and it will likely be 1.5 stories with a side gable roof. The roof pitch and gutter elevation will match the existing garage. The roof will have 4 gable dormers on the east elevation. On the south elevation, it will have a side single entry door with a window centered on the lower level and gable end. The rear elevation will have 4 evenly spaced windows. The north elevation will have 2 evenly spaced windows on the lower level and a centered window in the gable. The wall construction for the new garage will be 6-inch thick rubble stone on 8-inch blocks. The proposed roofing material will be slate to match the existing. The painted wood siding to match the existing will be used on the gable ends and dormers. The proposed windows are Marvin Ultimate double hung 6/6 style. The proposed garage doors will be painted wood to match the existing, and the proposed side door is painted wood to match existing. So staff feels that the proposed garage is appropriately located in the rear, will not be visible from the public right-of-ways, that the height, size, scale, and massing is compatible with the primary structure, and that the proposed materials are high quality and compatible. The wood siding in the gable ends helps to differentiate the structure from the existing. And the proposed window and door styles are also compatible. So staff asked the commission to discuss the proposed garage, its design and materials, and to determine if it meets our design guidelines, and then to approve the proposal as proposed. Citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 6, New Construction, Additions, and Non-Contributing Resources, County Code Section 32-7-405. And just to note, Chris Weston has recused himself from voting.
Okay, and we still have a quorum without.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. So were there any testimony or speakers for this case? Nope. And is the applicant or property owner present?
Not the property owners, but we do have Chris available to answer any questions. Yeah.
Chris, did you want to say anything about this application? No. Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So do any of the commissioners have any questions or comments, discussion?
No, it is beautiful.
Nice. It's a handsome structure.
Yeah, great. So I would entertain a motion.
I would move that we approve the project, I guess with the certificate of appropriateness.
I'll second it.
As proposed, I assume.
As proposed, yes.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and go on to the roll call vote.
Great, thank you. Have Dan, please.
Yes.
Raquel?
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Wendy, I see you did vote in the chat. Wendy votes yes. Ted, please.
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Chris Parts?
Yes.
And Phoebe, please.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Okay. So now we are moving on to agenda item number 10, the Rodney House.
All right. So Rodney House at 14943 York Road in Sparks, County Council District
I'm sorry.
3. Yep, this is final landmark list number 367. The Rodney House includes multiple buildings and settings, and the applicant has come before us with review for the ex post facto hyphen construction, alterations to the garage, proposed alterations to windows and doors, and this is part of code enforcement correction number CV 2400202. So again, the property is a 1830s two-story random rubble stone dwelling with a two-story frame L addition. And previously existing on the property at the rear was a one-story circa 1980s garage. The commission reviewed this work at the February 13th, May 8th, July 10th, and October 9th meeting. So work item 1 is for the hyphen addition and garage alterations. A 18 and 5.5 trapezoidal hyphen was constructed connecting the east elevation of the rear frame L addition to the previously detached garage at its rear. At the July 10th and October 9th meetings, the commission felt the alterations to the garage and addition were not appropriate for the house and asked for updated drawings that either make the hyphen addition more compatible with the primary structure or to remove the hyphen. The applicant is now proposing the following alterations. The hyphen will be offset 1 foot from the building wall. It will have a ribbon of casement windows and will have a standing seam metal roof to differentiate it from the asphalt shingles on the garage and primary structure. A 4-panel wood folding patio door with a 15 light grid is proposed on the left half of the garage, returning a steel panel garage door to the right side. And the siding will be James Hardy 8.25 by 144-inch prime cedar mill fiber cement lap siding. And work item 2, primary structure and addition windows. So to note, the application does not specify the work completed on the north side elevation of the rear addition. And the applicant wishes to remove all vinyl siding that was previously installed and to replace with a primed wood nickel gap shiplap board to match the previous siding. 2 windows on the second story of the rear elevation above the patio doors will be replaced with wood 52.25 by 45.75 inch double hung windows, and the eastmost windows on the second story will be realigned to the level with existing windows. So staff has the following recommendations. For work item 1, to either vote to issue a notice to proceed for the hyphen addition and proposed alteration, or to vote to not issue a notice to proceed or a certificate of appropriateness as proposed. And for work item 2, to vote to approve and issue a certificate of appropriateness as proposed. Citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 2, Windows and Doors, Chapter 3, Roofs, Chapter 4, Exterior Walls and Foundations, Chapter 5, Porches and Steps, Chapter 6, New Constructions, Addition and Non-Contributing Structures, and Chapter 7, Fences and Landscapes, County Code Section 32-7-405. We did not receive any testimony or have any registered speakers for this item. And we do have the property owner with us, Mr. Gregorian. I will unmute you in a moment.
Hello,
Hi.
ladies and gentlemen of the committee. How you doing?
Good, we can hear you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, basically, the same answer as the other guy that gave. The changes look beautiful. So it's as is. Basically, we had moved the addition wall 1 foot back, as recommended by the commission on the last meeting. We did install that window there, not install, but we are proposing to put that window there for the addition that looks similar to the front of the building with the 3 boxes underneath it. And then you have the garage door and the folding patio door. That's basically it. That's it. I mean, it shows It's as it should. Sorry, I'm a little nervous today for some reason.
Okay. Do you have any further comments, or we can open it up to commissioners if the commissioners have any questions for the applicant.
Yeah, no problem. So most of the things that was suggested from the last meeting has been changed in today's meeting and updated to reflect, the needs. So in the front, as like I said, you have the addition, you have the four panel folding door, and you have the garage door in the front. Then the changes that we have in the back are to replace the vinyl to the appropriate siding to match the previous condition. And we're adding additional, we're replacing 2 windows. That's basically it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Do any of the commissioners have questions for the applicant?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Let's go with Chris and then Ed.
I'm a little confused by on the elevation, I guess the proposed front elevation, the clouded note for the 1 foot offset. Is that's not set back, but it's set laterally? I'm trying to understand exactly what that's illustrating there.
Yeah, so from the last meetings, Ms. Lilly had recommended that we move the wall 1 feet back to show that it is an addition that we had built out. And on top of the addition, we're putting a metal roof to differentiate the house and the garage. If that answered your question.
Yeah, so I guess my question then is the plane of the wall changing so that it moves back? I think that's the intent, Lily, with your comment.
Yeah, correct. Okay. It was meant to be stepped back from the face of the house, not basically 90 degree. Yeah, right. Right.
Yes, to the applicant, it's reading as a tunnel, a 1 foot wide tunnel on this drawing.
Well, technically, it's the left side and the right side. We're moving the whole wall back 1 foot.
But we're saying pushing what you're seeing in this plane, pushing it back, not Correct. Dividing it between house and hyphen, but just where the windows are located, having that wall step back. Does that make sense?
That whole wall, the entire wall steps back 1 foot.
1 foot, yes.
Correct. That is what's happening.
Okay.
No, is it?
That's not what's.
I'm not
That's
sure.
not really what's illustrated. I think, I don't know. In plan,
Right.
It doesn't look like. Yeah.
The plan does
Yeah.
not show that.
Right.
The plan doesn't show the proposed new doors either.
The proposed what? I'm sorry.
It's
not
folding
this plan, but
patio door.
Right. The detailed
isn't-
floor
yeah.
plan doesn't show the overhead door or the folding door.
I have a question. Why are you doing the folding doors? I mean, there's almost no wall left of the existing structure, except, very thin, maybe it looks like maybe 6 to 8 inches of wall. First, there's a, huge thing of glass, and then there's a huge garage door. I think that's a mistake. I think you need some room there to get walls in, to get structure in. I think that the big 4-panel folding door, I don't understand. Do you want that opened up so people walk out to the driveway? I mean,
Yes. So the intended use for the garage and the addition area is to make a more livable space. And we want to make a space for the kids to be able to run in out of the house, play around. So we're making the use to be able to have easy accessibility to this area of the house.
well, I think you need to reduce it probably by, the width of 1 panel. I think the garage door ought to shrink some. I think you need some wall space. You have no wall of the existing building. It's entirely the smallest bit of wall and then openings. I think the proportions are not good.
Yeah, and may I add, I think the comments from the last time we're looking at, I think the far left side, the kind of the open space that you've got on the far left side, you've got paired casement windows with some space between those. I think if you were to take the nature of and character of those windows that I think have a little bit more of a vertical emphasis, but space between them, and apply that to both the 1 foot step back section as well as potentially the section to the right, that if you had, maybe casement windows and a pair of doors or something like that, it seems like that would be a lot more in line with the character of the original house, and it's more similar proportionally. I think what I'm seeing with the addition is that you kind of have 3 different treatments of the same plane of wall there that doesn't really align with the character on the front of the house.
All the openings in the existing house to the left are punches in an existing wall. You've gone here to almost entire that on the existing building, almost all openings. So there's nothing of the or very little of the existing wall left. I think that's a mistake. And I'm just looking again at your drawings. You say proposed opening. Addition to reflect a 1 foot offset from the main building as per historic condition approval, and you're bubbling around just
Around. Yeah, my
little
architect didn't bubble the right side.
It should be that whole
Yeah,
wall.
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. She didn't bubble the whole side.
I think she's just thinking that one side is back, a little notch of 1 foot. That whole
No, it's just a small attention to detail we missed. We apologize about that, but it's supposed to be both.
Well, I'm not concerned. My question is, what is it? Is it a little slot of 1 foot, or is it that whole wall goes back?
The whole wall goes back 1 foot. Both
Okay.
from both sides. You will offset 1 foot, so you have like this, 1 foot, 1 foot opening, I guess, right? From I don't know how to
No,
explain.
there's no 1 foot opening. It's the wall where the windows are is being pushed back 1 foot.
Correct. That's what I'm trying to express. I can't find how to correctly express it, but
As long as that's what you're doing, I'm okay with that.
yeah, that's exactly what
Not
we're
okay with those other windows. The other
Can-
windows
There
are.
was a more detailed floor plan in the set. Can we look at that?
I don't think she has an updated floor plan for the interior.
It doesn't look like it. I think it's drawing 12.
Yeah, there is one. Yeah.
Yeah, the materials we looked at yesterday, there was one.
It does not show it stepping back. It needs to, that does not.
Somebody drew that line. Do you see that line that somebody drew in? That's where the wall should be. Do you see the
Yes,
line?
exactly. Yes.
Yes.
In the addition on the left top side. Yes.
Right.
That is
Okay,
correct.
great. Yep. Yep.
Then on drawing A1, it does not show that. It shows it flush with the wall of the addition on the left.
Yeah, I just drew that.
Thank
WebEx
you so much,
updated
Kate.
and I can't find the annotate feature anymore. So, but this is the full set.
Well, I would not approve the elevations of that. The one part of the hyphen is okay, but I would not vote for approval of the other portion.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
See, that's not illustrating at all what we're talking about.
No.
Those walls are flush.
Yeah. I think you need
And it's
to.
also
window
not
openings
showing
are
the door
not-
and window condition that is illustrated in the elevation.
Hey, Caitlin, is this something that you received in the last couple of weeks?
This came with this application submission.
Oh, it
So this,
did?
I think this is the existing.
Yeah.
plan.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, if we don't find it, I'm gonna have to, I guess, come back with the appropriate images again with the correct
And you
circle
got to
of
look
around.
at the windows and the garage door need to be reduced inside to be more punctures in the wall rather than and making that entire thing garage door that then turns into with barely a 6-inch bit of wall and then becomes a window is just too much. I think you've got to do
But the
it.
thing is, it's not it's not a load bearing wall.
I don't care. It's how it relates to the existing
Visually,
building
yeah.
is the
Yeah.
problem.
I mean,
It
if
just
you would take a look at the front of the elevation of the house for 14943, I mean, you could see that, you know, most of the architecture allows the window to go from, you know, floor to basically the floor to the top. If we could just open that up, as you could see right there.
well, there's more window. It's not all the way down to the ground. It feels a lot more like a sunroom. The other is it's well, that's my opinion, and that's, you know, I'll vote that way.
We're also very, very tall people. That if you could consider that as well, the garage height is kind of short. So the more maybe watch out. The more we lower it, the more we can't really access through it, you know, because we're gonna have to like crouch down to look at it.
I don't think the request is to lower it. I think it's to separate that you've got the 1 foot step back, that the windows that you have in that hyphen with the metal roof are separated in some way, similar treatment to what you have as the door opening. So that you have kind of more of a consistent look across the building. I think, you know, what I would encourage you to do is to take a look at the you know, that section with the metal roof and that section to the right of that, to try to get the language of those two to speak together. And then your garage door can be a little bit different, but I think those two should speak together a bit and look more consistent with the rest of the house as punched openings, and you can still have a large door in that space, but maybe not quite as big as what you're sharing. And I think that would make it look more consistent with the opening. So I think, I guess I'm going to suggest that we, unless there's more dialogue, I'd suggest that we make a move to ask you to come back, you know, with the attention to the fenestration and properly showing that one section of the connecting hyphen section of the building to step back a foot, to have plans and elevations that match and reflect a more consistent language of the windows with the building adjacent.
So Caitlin and Phoebe, do we need now a motion to approve as
So
it
our
came?
option, just to go over what some of the options were, one would be to vote to issue a notice to proceed for the hyphen addition and proposed alterations as proposed, which it sounds like we're not inclined to do based on the discussion. Or the other option may be to vote to not issue a notice to proceed or certificate of appropriateness as proposed and ask that the applicant come back to us. That would be for work item 1. We haven't really discussed work item 2, which is the windows on the back of the house and the siding on the back of the house. You know, we can either
I'm
approve
okay
that or not.
I'm okay with the back, what's shown on the back.
Yeah, just before we get to a motion, I just want to just clarify one thing. Are there any commissioners who are in favor of the folding glass doors?
No, they continue to puzzle me, that they're a weird intermediate between the garage door and those casements there, and I just think the garage door isn't quite right either. It just all is not speaking consistently to each other.
Thank you.
Or
I think
to the building.
I think we're all
I
saying
would
the
just,
same thing.
I think we're all saying the same thing. I just wanted to make sure that was clear to the applicant, that don't come back to us with the sliding glass door or the folding glass door. Come up with some other door
But there are
option.
options, right? There, I mean, you can get the same effect if you're looking at French doors with a lower panel that basically mimics, if you zoom out, it mimics the same light and open with the windows, and then you have the lower panel, and you can still open that door fully. So, so I think I don't mind that they're folding glass. I just think they have to be a different, maybe 3 instead of 4, and they have to have a lower panel so that there's less glass on that.
Commission, I would just like to add, I believe you guys have a perfect mindset. I think you guys are very detail oriented. And as I'm looking at the blueprint now and being on site, I realized that the door and the garage door are actually not going to be that big. So there's actually about a 2 to 3 foot space between the corner of the folding door on both ends, and then same thing with the garage door. So
Come back showing.
there you go.
I think you've got the,
Yep.
the right direction. I think if that were the case, I think we could approve. But
Yes.
yeah, come back with what you're talking about.
Because if I'd like to just give you an idea, if possible, if we can go back to the older image where we have the garage door, just the garage without the new attachment. Yes. So as you can see, the garage door here has the spacing to the left. So in terms of the opening of the current configuration where the first door is, right, for that garage, that's where the door actually begins. So we do have, as you can see here, you can see the space on the left side. And then you can obviously see the space on the right side. You have a little bit of space, and then we have the window starting. So we do have a lot of space. So you guys are very good. Thank you so much.
So we would just encourage you to make sure that what you're planning and what you submit in terms of the drawings match up.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut off discussion, and I would entertain a motion. It's sounded like we were inclined to not issue a certificate of appropriateness on work item 1, and we hadn't really discussed work item 2 to much extent, but maybe that's because we're okay with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Chris,
happy
you
to
preparing a motion?
Sure. I'd happy to move not to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the item 1, the front elevation, to address the setback, the placement of the windows, and the glass, as basically to look at the 3 sections of the front, the windows, the glass door, and the garage door, and come back with an updated version of that. And I would suggest that we may allow a certificate of, or I don't know if we can split it for item 2. I don't have any objections to that, and I think that we could issue a certificate of appropriateness for item 2 if the rest of the commission is fine with that.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, thank you, Ed. Is there any further discussion from the commissioners, or any, thoughts on not approving item 2 at this time, and or having them come back with the whole thing versus splitting this up and approving part and wanting to come back for the first part? Okay, hearing none, then I would call for a roll call vote. So as a reminder, where the vote is to not issue a notice to proceed or certificate of appropriateness for work item 1, asking them to come back to us, and for work item 2, voting to approve and issue a certificate of appropriateness as proposed for the windows in the back and the siding in the back.
All right, thanks, Phoebe.
Okay.
Could we have Dan, please?
Yes.
Raquel?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Wendy?
She voted in the chat.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you, Wendy. Ted?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Chris Karts?
Yes.
Chris Weston?
Yes.
And Phoebe, please.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Okay, and now moving on to the next agenda item, number 13. This is the Main Street Property LLC in Reisterstown at 202 Main Street.
Great, thank you. Yep. So this is final landmark number 17, the Beckley House. And the applicants are seeking a roof and gutter repair and replacement, in-kind window and shutter replacements, as well as masonry repairs. So the property is a 2.5-story brick dwelling constructed in the late 18th century. The John Beckley House dates from 1779 and was originally built as the dwelling of John Reister Sr., who founded the town. The Beckley House is one of the oldest and most visible structures in Reisterstown, as it sits close to the road at the corner of Cockeys Mill Road and Reisterstown Road. The property now serves as a coffee shop, and the applicant came before the commission at its September 11th, 2025 meeting and has returned with updated information. So for work item 1, roofs, the main block and rear west additions have standing seam gable roofs, while the small rear addition has an asphalt shingle shed roof. The side south addition has a gable roof with a standing seam on the east gable facade, while the rear gable is an asphalt shingle. The existing roofing materials are presumed to be a later replacement of the original material. The applicants propose to replace and repair all roofing. The work will include the following: to remove and replace all roofing membranes, flashings, sealants, and decking, install ridge vent on main gable, replace the main block and rear additional gable roofs with standing seam snap block rib 150, 16-inch panel spacing, replace the rear addition shed roof with a torch down membrane, to sand, paint, and reseal the east gable of the side addition roof, remove asphalt shingle rear gable roof and replace with standing seam. And the standing seam may not be the original roof material, however, it has been on the structure for more than 100 years, as seen in a photo from 1910, and the material is appropriate for the style and age of the home. Then let's see. For work item 2, the eaves, soffits, rakes, fascia replacements. The existing trim at the roof lines is a cobbled together assemblage of old painted wood, white coil stock, and red coil stock. Most but not all of the trim is heavily damaged and is in need of replacement. And there are many openings where squirrels and birds have entered the attic. The applicant proposes to replace all damaged roofing trim with painted wood. For work item 3, gutters and downspouts, they will replace all damaged gutters and downspouts with 4-inch galvanized metal downspouts and 6-inch half-round galvanized metal covers. Work item 4, windows and shutters. The structure has a mix of original and vinyl replacement windows in various condition. Additionally, there are several windows that have been boarded up on the northeast addition. The application states that all original wood windows will be repaired and all non-compliant and boarded up non-historic windows will be replaced with units that match existing historic windows, including light configuration, trim profiles, etc. At the September meeting, it was suggested to remove the existing plastic shutters as they are not original and not shown in historic photos. The applicant is proposing to remove the existing shutters and to not replace them at this time. And the application does note that if the commission requires replacement, that all 10 shutters will, on the front facade, will be replaced with louvered shutters. Finally, work item 5 for masonry. The application notes that the existing historic brick lintels and sills are deteriorated in several places. Loose brick will be repointed at the roof lines and as needed. Lintels and sills on the facade, north and rear elevations will be repointed or reconstructed as needed, and the mortar will be historically appropriate. So staff asked the LPC to review the proposal and approve the work as proposed, and to vote to issue a certificate of appropriateness, citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Chapter 2, Windows and Doors, and Chapter 3, Roofs, Chapter 4, Exterior Walls and Foundation, County Code Section 32-7-405. And we have Mr. Schreiber on with us tonight. If there's anything you'd like to add to our staff summary.
Before that, are there any speakers for this case?
No, the cost of property was
great.
the only. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for your attention to this. I'm not sure if you all remember me speaking 2 months ago, but hopefully my message came across clear that we are not looking to really modify anything. Our goal all along has been to bring the building back to its original glory. So we're really just here to make sure that we're checking all of the boxes we need to check. And having done a lot of work with historic windows, masonry, cladding, all across the board, we're on board with everything that I think is necessary. We just want to make sure that we have the clarifications we need. And if you all need to give a conditional approval so that we can go back to staff and ensure that the cut sheets for the windows are appropriate and all of that, we would be perfectly amenable to that. So thank you all, and thank you for the input you provided last time. This was very helpful.
Okay, thank you. Do any of the commissioners have questions for the applicant? Any other items to discuss? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I move we issue a certificate of appropriateness as the staff has outlined.
As proposed. Is there a second?
I'll second. This is Ted.
Thank you, Ted. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, then I will call for the roll call vote.
Thanks, Phoebe. Could we have Dan, please?
Yes.
Raquel?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Wendy will be in the chat. Ted?
Yes.
Lily?
Yes.
Chris Parts?
Yes.
Chris Weston?
Yes.
And Phoebe, please.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Staff, do you have MHT tax credit applications to report on?
Yeah, had quite a few this month. So first is the Hoser property at 722 Howard Road. This is a contributing resource within the Sudbrook Park County Historic District, and they received a Part 2 amendment for additional costs for window repairs and replacements, as well as roof repairs. And we had the Frank property at 1741 Old Moncton Road in Moncton. This was a contributing resource within the Moncton County Historic District, and they received Part 2 approval for the drilling of a new well, new heat and AC systems, exterior painting of the main house, front porch repairs, smokehouse rehabilitation, as well as some rehabilitation to the third floor window replacements, attic insulation, attic air handler repairs, storm door replacements, fireplace repairs, main house roof replacement, and structural repairs. We have the McClung property at 1604 South Berlin Road in Relay. This is a contributing resource within the Relay County Historic District, and they received Part 2 approval for in-kind roof replacements to the main house and garage and a standing seam roof on the main house porch. We had the McMinnon property at 506 Overbrook Road in Towson. It's a contributing resource within the Ainsley National Register Historic District, and they received approval for a new boiler replacement. We had the Hupnagel Miller property at 204 West Seminary Avenue. It's a contributing resource within the Lutherville County Historic District. They received an emergency review and Part 2 approval for an in-kind asphalt roof and gutter replacement. And lastly was the Baigoli property at 503 Dunkirk Road in Towson. It's a contributing resource within the Ainsley National Register Historic District, and they received approval for a new HVAC system.
Okay, thank you. Is there other business to report on?
Yes, so you all were sent a copy of our formalized procedures for testifying for virtual meetings. These are sort of informal that we had that were included with our agenda every month that was posted. So this is a more formalization of that, so we can put them on our on our website for easier access. They also still will be included with the agenda every month. I did take some of the existing procedures that we had from when we met in person and put them into where it made sense if they fit with the virtual one. So this is just notifying you of that. And if any of you had any comments, I already talked to Phoebe. She gave me a couple yesterday, which I will address. They're minor. It really doesn't take away from the overall elements of the procedures. So any comments, feedback on any of those? And this is like since COVID started and we put those together, this is to formalize something that should have been done a while ago.
My comments were just to clarify, pull out the instructions for the applicant and a property owner versus other testifying people. So it's more organizational than substance.
Okay. No others, then I'll move on.
Yeah. If any of us have other feedback, please email that to staff. Communicate that to staff.
And then just an update for about the Maroney House and setting. The County Council public hearing was scheduled for December 1st at 5 p.m. So staff will be introducing that, and then they'll have the subsequent hearing. Other than that, the next meeting is on January 14th. This is a Wednesday, so just a reminder, it's the second Wednesday of the month instead of the second Thursday, just because the due date falls on Christmas, and both Jessica and I will be in and out of the office, so just to be able to process applications in a timely manner so we're not swamped, we moved it to that day.
So it's not the 8th.
It is not. It'll be the following week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just to provide more time for staff.
Yeah, the past 2 years.
So please adjust your calendars because we will not be meeting in December. So our next meeting is the January meeting.
Yep.
So do any of the commissioners have any final remarks, comments, questions, or anything that they would like to discuss?
And also just a reminder, in January, we do vote for chair and vice chair. So think about that. If anyone wants to renominate Phoebe and Ed, or if there's someone else that's interested, just think about that as January approaches.
Great, thank you. I've enjoyed being chair this past year, and wish everyone a happy new year.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Great holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
John, did you have something else you were going to add?
I move we adjourn.
Thank you, John.
Second.
Thank you, Chris, and Chris is seconding. So with that, we just take a final vote to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Thank you. I think this was a shorter meeting than the last two, so hopefully we will keep that trend in the new year. Although since there's December, we may not be as lucky. So thank you all.
Thank you all.